Hi, I'm Jessica Sandor. I'm a member of UR Images, and this is my image story. I grew up in a family with a lot of boys, and we were all very weird. We like to run around and play a lot, and everybody in my family was really kind of musical and artsy, and so I was really used to kind of just being myself and being really out there and crazy. But once they started to hit middle school, kids being kids were always like, why are you doing that? Like, you're being so weird. And so I started changing myself and trying to, be careful about how I looked and how I acted around different people. And so the net of it all was that by high school, I ended up having two groups of friends who knew me as two completely different people. There was the me who dressed really nicely and, acted normally and laughed at all the funny jokes, but not too hard. And there was the me who was a theater kid who was really, really quirky, just yelled a lot and sang a lot and tap danced all over the place. Um, so it was really hard for me to get through high school dealing with having to be two different people in two different settings, especially because my theater friends would be like, "Oh, why are you with all these people who are so uptight about the way they looked?" And that made me feel bad for wanting to look nice because, they were saying that it's not something I should care about. It's a bad thing to be caring about. And on the other hand, there were my friends who looked nice and cared about what other people were thinking, and they were saying, "Why are you hanging out with these theater kids? Like, they're so weird and it's crazy," and it made me ashamed to be hanging out with these people. And I shouldn't have been ashamed of them because that's who I am and that's who I want to be. And it was really, really hard to reconcile and stay friends with these two different types of people. So, senior year, I wanted to date this guy who was very weird, and he did theater with me. Um, but my best friend said, "Jessica, you can't date him because if you do, everyone will think you're weird, and there's no coming back from this. You can't date him, and I won't be friends with you because no one's gonna like us anymore." And so I said, "You know what? Screw it." And I started dating him because it would make me happy, and it did. And she left and took a lot of my friends with her because they couldn't accept the fact that I was dating someone who they considered to be weird and not normal and not someone who would fit with their idea of what people should be. And so that was really hard, especially because senior year is a time when you kind of want all your friends around you and everyone's reminiscing about all the good times that you had. But most of my friends didn't really know who I was, and for that reason, they all left. So this is something I'm definitely still struggling with, and I find it really hard to open up to people and let them know that I'm kind of a little bit strange and I really should learn to embrace the weird and be fine with it, but it's really, really hard for me to do, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be battling with for a long time. But I'm sure that there are other people who have experienced similar things, and I'm telling this story as kind of a cathartic release, as well as to let everybody know that there are people out there who care, and there are people out there who are having the same struggles that you are having, and you should really send in your image story and get your voice heard and let people know what's going on. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.